Yo, susedai, doggers. Well, here we are on the beautiful island of Koh Rong in this idyllic jungly setting at Easy Tiger. Easy Tiger is a guest house and a venue to do yoga. So we are here this morning to do yoga. Get yogated, as they say. So this is the beautiful entrance where we access the yoga space. Beautiful sense of calm and peace already before we go up to the venue, which is a bit of a schlep up some, well, questionable wooden stairs, but it's very worth it when we get up there. Come on up, let's see what we got. Yes, we are there, or here. High up in the trees, gorgeous, beautiful view of trees. There's a mountain peak behind us here, jungly mountain peak. Not too shabby environment to do yoga, I would say. And really looking forward to our yoga teacher, Maria, who we will be chatting with before the session. And looking forward to a very peaceful, zen-like morning.
Hey, how are you?
Well, hello. And hello, doggers. Sustilai. So I've just finished an incredibly beautiful mellow yoga class with this wonderful lady who will present herself, talk a little about your yoga and exciting upcoming events.
Yeah, so I've been practicing yoga for...
Your name?
Oh, Maria. Maria Roberts from ICAN Yoga with Maria. And I teach yoga here at Easy Tiger at Mapei Bay on Koh Rong, San Luan. And we do daily classes here in our beautiful treehouse with these gorgeous trees by the beach. So we get a lovely sea breeze. It's a beautiful location. And in May, that's what you're talking about, I think. So in May, the first week of May, we're running a retreat here. So we've called it the Reset and Rejuvenate retreat because, you know, life is so busy, so hectic, often so stressful. It gives people the opportunity to come to this beautiful location, to experience it here, but to be part of a community. So we're running a retreat that is very affordable. It's going to have a real emphasis on wellbeing. So we're going to be working on tools, everyday tools. You know, yoga can be sometimes a little bit too spiritual, and we're going to be distilling that down into skills that help people in everyday life. How can we get through each day of our sometimes really challenging lives and use the tools of yoga to help us to do that?
All right, well, I'm a little interested about your personal history. How did you come to yoga? What inspired you? What's your passion in life?
So I came to yoga really through my need for some mental health and well-being support. So I had been very unwell. I had been told by the doctors that because of the mysterious illness that I suffered from, that I would be in a wheelchair within 6 months. I was told that I can't go out on my own because I kept going out and collapsing. So my body was very weak, my mind was very confused, and I was really suffering very badly with depression. And after a breakdown, and I ended up in hospital, I went to my very first yoga class. And I, at that time, couldn't even stand up properly, so I sat on my mat or lay on my mat. And my teacher was so amazing. She was trained in India, and she said, if you are breathing, Maria, you're doing yoga. So that was my first introduction to yoga, and then slowly I got stronger, my body healed, And what I discovered about my mysterious illness was that a lot of it was to do with my nervous system. So my nervous system, because of the way in which I was living my life and things that I was experiencing, and some of the past traumas that I'd had, it was all stored in the body. So slowly, by working some of that out through breath work, through meditation, through the asana practice, through moving the body through yoga postures, I was able to release some of that from the body. And then when I did that, my body became stronger, I became more confident as a person. I felt like, okay, I've got some vitality, I've got some life, I don't have to stay in bed, I don't have to end up in a wheelchair, you know, and so the opposite, I'm having the opposite life to that now, because now I'm traveling the world alone, teaching yoga in these beautiful places, and my focus is always on people's mental health, their well-being, how we can use yoga to help us with whatever we're dealing with in life.
So this has become your passion.
It's my passion.
Through experience.
Yeah,
which
through
is the best way,
experience.
which I guess is the thing that stimulates our passion.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
you're living your passion and your dream,
Yeah, that's
basically.
right. Yeah, and I do a lot of work with, in terms of suicide prevention and suicide bereavement. And the work that I'm doing here in terms of yoga, I feel that it's upstream. So, you know, if we can help people to get through the day, have tools that they can reach for in their tool bag that help them in everyday life, it is a type of suicide prevention. It is helping people with their mental health. It's one of the tools, it's not everything. I appreciate that. So we need to create our tool bag that works for us personally, but this is one of the aspects. And then there's something that I found really profound about coming together. So when we come together in a community and we practice together, often the conversations that I have with some people who attend my classes, the things they share with me, offloading some of their burdens in life and just being able to talk to somebody, that to me is the gift that I'm giving also. So it's not just about the yoga practice itself, it's about presence and connection with people.
And letting people know they are not alone.
They're not
the
alone.
Isolation and loneliness, I think, is so disastrous.
Yeah, and I think that there's a misconception about people travelling. So, you know, we're sat at our office in a 9 to 5 and all we can think about is the beach, and I want to be on an island and I want to be travelling the world, and then I'll feel okay.
Right.
So then a lot of people come travelling, A, they're on their own, and B, they're in a strange environment, and it can be so unsettling for the nervous system. So when they come to a class like this, they connect with the community, they feel that they belong somewhere. Some of the people that are staying here come every single day, so they start to feel like they're a part of something, and they again just feel that they're not so alone. Really important.
Oh, well, huge, incredible point. And it actually gives meaning to travel and benefit from travel, not just trying to travel to fix or get away from something that was not pleasant in their lives. So it's a running to, and what I find with your beautiful yoga, it's a running to that yourself. It's that journey inside which you're cultivating, and your yoga does so beautifully. I've experienced a few classes and I've done a lot of yoga, and you said it's not just spiritual, but sometimes you go to like gyms and it's just exercise. So it's you strike, I think, a beautiful balance between the internal mindful yoga plus the physical. So
and I think one of the things, so I'm trauma informed yoga teacher.
Trauma informed. Yes.
Yeah, trauma informed. So you'll notice that I do a lot of grounding techniques in my class. So, you know, there's been studies to show that it takes an average around 10 minutes for people to feel quite safe and secure in a new environment. So you'll notice that when I start the class, I don't just start, okay, let's do some meditation, we look at the mat, we settle, we look at the environment we're in. You know, we use our senses, because using all the senses grounds us, helps people to feel safe and secure, particularly when they're travelling. Some people have never been here before, and so that's quite reassuring for people. And then as we go throughout the class, I am inviting people to go inwards, but quite slowly and carefully, because You know, going into ourselves can be a really scary place. You know, we have a lot of things that we've dealt with in the past, and things can come up and we're like, oh my God, how do I even deal with that? So I'm doing it, but in a very mindful, slow, careful way. The people attending the class probably don't even know what I'm doing there, and they might think, well, why are we sat? Why are we not moving straight away? But it's a very deliberate part of my class. And then the end of the class, obviously we're going to Shavasana, but there's certain cues that I give there just to help people then to prepare for the rest of the day. So that it's not like, okay, well, we did yoga and then, oh, like real world, okay, oh my God. You know, it's kind of transitioning people through that process. So the classes can be so helpful to help people to journey inwards, but it's quite supportive. Instead of people feeling like, I go in there, I don't like what I see, I want to run, I want to get out of there. You know,
in the recovery communities, there's a saying that my mind is a very dangerous neighborhood that I shouldn't go into alone. So you speak exactly to that issue.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, well, what did I say? A beautiful, lovely spirit. I can't recommend this environment, this retreat enough. And I think it's very significant that you're making this affordable, because so many yoga retreats are like bazooey, you know, you have to be a billionaire to attend. But you want to make it accessible to everyone. And wow, I wish I could be here. We have to be down the road, but I would definitely otherwise. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're a beautiful spirit.
I've enjoyed spending time with you.
Yes, it's been a real delight. This is really one delightful lady. So thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.